Let's get this thing going.
Hello, America. This is
the fastest 2 hours in radio.
I think we really need like an intellectual revolution.
Now, of course, this is not so much a show as it is a special event.
The Morning Edge with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
We need to have a little talk here.
Chris Knight.
Hang on.
And Eric Johnson.
The more bizarre he gets,
the more people like him.
A complex mechanism that in itself must be operated by an even more complex entity, you.
The Morning Edge starts now.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Happy day after Memorial Day. May 31st is the day. Time is 8:03. You've come into the fastest 2 hours of Morning Talk Radio. Happy Monday. Hope everybody's doing great. Thanks for jumping in. Chris Knight's here. Crystal Cooper, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm Vic Faust. Fox 2.
You look like you were in the sun all
We
weekend.
all got a lot of sun. I was, man.
Were you?
I ran a lot. I didn't do much over the weekend, but I ran a lot. I was outside a lot, walked a lot.
Some pool action.
How does that sunburn reflect on them cameras at work?
When you put the makeup on, it's fine.
Oh, okay. I forgot about the makeup.
They equal those things out.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I didn't.
So people will see two different Vic Fausts.
Yeah, you
look here in the morning,
trust
you'll
me,
be red.
people don't recognize me after I don't have that makeup and suit on. Like, what the hell? No, a friend of mine made an awesome dinner for me last night.
Nice.
Yeah, I went over to his house and he made some great salmon. So that was about it. You guys?
I love salmon. Love it. What did he put on top? Was it like dill, lemon? What was?
I don't even know. It was just good.
Okay.
He
I
likes,
like teriyaki salmon.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, I like that too. I get it. We welcome you guys in. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We had a little bit of a longer weekend, but we're back rocking and rolling now. As always, lots to get into, lots to talk about since we last were on the radio show. The Blues lost. That seems like an eternity ago after holiday weekend. It was probably a good thing. That their season ended, but we had fun with Chris and his sweets, that's for sure. Thank you again, Chris.
Always next year.
Always next year. Cardinals jump center stage. They give us some hope. Maybe they can turn off a good season. Turn one around for us. But that's where we are today. Anything exciting for you over the weekend, Crystal?
I went to the Cardinals game and I got my Yachty tumbler on Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah. That's like a thing I got to do every year. Those are, I mean, especially it's this last year. So
that was
year,
that was an early game, right?
Yeah, it was a 115.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was this wood grain version. So it was kind of cool. It looks like a bat, and there was a dark, like maple color version, and then there was like the lighter bat color. So we were actually lucky enough between our two tickets, we got one each.
Oh,
so, that doesn't happen very often.
That's cool.
Yeah, usually you have to trade. Like you get two of one, and then you see other people walking around with two of the other. You approach them very kindly. My husband's very good at that. He always gets it.
Aaron, we're kind here, so yeah, you can jump in. By the way, we invite you in to Facebook 100.7 The Viper. Share the show. As always, you guys are the best, and I repeat, the best interaction when it comes to a forum anywhere, and we're very patient with you. Aaron, yeah, let's go Avs. Good luck to your Avalanche. They were serious favorites against the Blues. They were pushed to the limit by the Blues, so we'll see how they do in their next series. What's that?
I think they're done.
You think they're done? I don't. I think they're.
You think they're going to beat the Rangers?
I think they're the best team in the NHL.
No.
I do.
No.
Stan Kroenke sold his soul to the devil for championships this year. It's his year. It's the year of Stan. Unfortunately, as sick as that is. Well, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. From the Facebook line, Drew Collins, sorry that Wildwood hiker lost her life. Yeah, remember Carol Schulte, the 72-year-old we talked about last week that went missing?
Yeah.
Yeah, her body was pulled out of the Merrimack River yesterday.
It's so sad.
And
prayers for her family.
Yeah, I still don't get that whole situation.
No. They didn't explain exactly, like, if there was head trauma, if, I don't know if the families are going to request an autopsy or if they will anyway, because there was a police investigation. Do you know how that works? Or, I don't know.
They're going to do, well, you would think that medical examiner is going to do an autopsy.
I just wasn't sure if the family has any say in it. You know what I mean? Because I think a family can not ask for one, right?
Yeah, I think that's how it works. You don't have to unless it's part of a.
No,
I don't
you're
know.
getting an autopsy.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I don't know. I want to
Like
make
this
sure I
is
understand
part
what
of
you're
an
saying.
investigation, so they will do an autopsy. So hopefully we will
No
find
matter
out the details.
No matter what.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, John says unless you die in a hospital, the county requires an autopsy.
Oh.
So maybe we'll get some news, some information on what happened to her. But sad. I mean, you were worried in one sense where she was, but then you also get finalization with knowing she was found. Another body was pulled out of the Merrimack yesterday as well. Just bizarre situations there.
Got to be careful of those currents. You really do.
Well, and speaking of which, this is what blows my mind. A 19-year-old, healthy young man.
He didn't know how to swim.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. He did not know how to swim.
Yeah, he died. He drowned in the Merrimack in Castlewood State Park. He was
Right by
standing.
me.
Yeah, he was standing on the banks and he just slipped in. He was just having a day of fun with his friends, standing offshore, and he slipped into the river. So I was like, if you just slip in, how do you drown? So I guess that's the deal. You don't know how to swim.
You don't know how to swim, and that's a common thing.
It is.
That's a very common thing. People will go to the rivers, go to the waterways. Oh, it'll be okay. I'm just going to get in up to my knees. No big deal. That happens.
The current kept pulling him over, apparently, and pulling him under. And I was like, I didn't know that the current. I don't have a lot of experience down there in those rivers.
With the river?
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, I've never. We remember we talked
been on a
about
float
this.
trip?
I've never done the float trip. Remember?
Oh my goodness.
I love.
Guess where you're going
we
this
talked.
year,
We
Vic?
talked about this already. It's like, no, I've never been a float trip guy, and I'm sorry,
so
just never.
fun.
Guess where we're going?
Oh my
We're
god!
gonna do a Viper float trip, and you're
Oh,
going.
right down the Merrimack.
Merrimack's good.
Okay.
Merrimack's good, but you got to go further up the Merrimack towards the springs.
Amy says the water will take you right away. Jeannie says very strange indeed. Drew Collins said authorities say no foul play is expected.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know either. That whole
I mean, it's a
like,
possibility, I guess.
Too early to tell.
But her car was in a strange area, right?
Yeah, it was parked.
Because remember, they called off the search. They were like, I
We don't even know
think
if
she's
she
around here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think more is going to come out of that.
Yeah,
I
it's a little
really do
weird.
too. The whole situation, what we got there. Also, just bizarre from a national standpoint. President Biden said yesterday that there's no rational basis for 9mm bullets.
Jeez.
He says we're banning handguns now. What?
No, thank you.
And then he also said the Second Amendment is not an absolute on Memorial Day. You can't script the stuff, whether you agree or disagree. And we all know some bad things have happened, but instead of focusing on people, it seems like one group of people is trying to focus on the guns and not the people who use the guns. But the president's getting a lot of backlash on Twitter for saying it too, because he was talking about how a .22 caliber bullet you can take out of the lung. It lodges itself if you get hit.
Oh, I forgot. He's a surgeon.
Yeah. He says, but a 9mm blows the lung out of the body. The idea of a high caliber weapon, there's simply no rational basis for it in terms of self-protection or hunting.
I guess he was taught that when he went over and fought for this country years and years and years ago, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
because
that's right.
that never
he didn't
happened.
Go. Guy's an
It's just,
idiot.
but I mean, whether you agree or disagree, once again, it's just some bizarre. We've never heard anything like this
No.
come from a president.
No. He can't
And-
figure out when to be which president. You know, like we're supposed to have a consoler in chief at times. We're supposed to have the loud, like boisterous person at times, the convincing, charismatic guy. He can't seem to figure it out as far as which guy to be what on the right day. It's driving me crazy.
And then on the heels of that, that's word is now coming down that whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, that the Democrats now say they have their two main missions for the midterm now are abortion rights and gun rights, no guns. So they didn't really have a platform. Now, just like that, they have a platform.
Seems a
So
little weird
maybe
to
you're
me.
happy about it. Maybe you're not. Aaron says the Virginia Tech shooter used 22s. Biden is ignoramus. Joe says he's worried about the mentally unstable having weapons, yet he's in charge of the nukes. Amy getting
Boy,
back.
ain't that the pot calling the kettle black?
Yeah. Amy says, I would take my wave runner out on the river. Waves are crazy, especially when barges are cruising. So much fun. And, again from Joe, Canada is stopping all handgun sales. Well, at least their Prime Minister Trudeau is putting out legislation to stop handguns in Canada. I'm not even sure if you saw that, Chris, but it's just bizarre when you look at some of the situations that are going around the country. Then, and the world, then Vice President Harris called for a, quote, ban on assault weapons over the weekend when she was at the funeral of a woman who was killed in the Buffalo, New York grocery store mass shooting earlier this month. But what does she mean? Because assault weapons are fully automatic machine guns. Mm-hmm. Assault weapons, once again, are not AR-15s. An AR-15 is like a handgun. One pull, one click, one bullet. Mm-hmm. It's not a machine gun. Those are assault weapons. Assault weapons, in 1986, there was a law passed that outlawed machine guns. So you can only pre-own, or you can only own pre-1986 guns, assault weapons, which are machine guns again. They are very, very, very expensive. And post-86 machine guns have to be sold to military or law enforcement only. Now, if we're talking about the ARs, the AR-15s, the assault weapons, there's no ban on AR-15. There's no ban on AR-15s, but they're not assault weapons. Okay. People like to say that they're assault, but they're semi-automatic.
Yeah, they confuse it a lot, and then it just causes problems.
So we got more of that coming out. That's what's happening. The vice president calling for the ban on that when she was there. And, of course, her critics are like, well, are you ever going to go to the border? Are you going to talk about shoring up the border where we have a lot of stuff coming into this country? So she was also facing a lot of criticism for the comments that she made as well. But I don't know. We go from there. Drew says the gun he had was altered. I don't know what he's talking about. Weapons don't commit assault. Does the firearm go to court or the person?
Good point.
First of all, they should learn what guns are. That coming from Jeannie. A friend of mine texted me. He's like, you can buy a machine gun and a silencer, but you have to buy a license.
Okay.
So
Jay makes a good point. He said if their gun laws work, then why do the cities that have the most restrictive laws have the highest rates of gun violence?
Correct. That, right point. Now, it is Chicago, New York, two of the largest cities in America as well, and two of the most heavily restricted when it comes to guns, have the highest crimes in the country, or some of the highest crimes in the country, right, along with St. Louis.
So you think this platform will work for them?
It's better than having nothing when you see a horrible tragedy. Absolutely. As Chris said last week, it makes you wonder if this stuff is planned, if there's things that are coordinated, as horrible as it sounds, to get things out in the open, to bring attention. I mean, the abortion situation, it was a leak. It was a horrible leak that should have never happened, that struck right at the core of what the Supreme Court is supposed to be all about. But somebody who didn't like what they were hearing, somebody who was liberal, were probably a clerk, released that information, and boom, just like that, oh, you got a talking point now to get out and away from inflation, gas prices, border security, the immigration, the war in Ukraine where you spent over $40 billion and you're not going to get anything out of it. All of those bad things that are going on. Oh, let's go over here now. Cedric chiming in. Good morning, Cedric. It's the insurgents bringing those guns in. The liquor stores, gas stations, and other places like that funnel the drugs and guns in their communities. And Colonel Joe Adams told us about that before as well, where he had actually taken information to FBI And he said they didn't want to even deal with it.
That's insane.
I know. I continually hear about the FBI and not getting involved in things that they should be and just kind of leaving things. I hear it all the time. And then when you hear from somebody of Colonel Joe's status talking about it, then you know you got an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Tim says, and we appreciate everybody jumping in. Welcome in on this Tuesday, May 31st. You have to have a Class 3 license, and you have to have a safe that the ATF wants you to have, plus has the right to come to your house anytime. They want to make sure that the full automatic is in the safe. You have to tell the ATF where you're going with that automatic weapon. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
And then, of course, Kevin says we got to get control of our weapons. Or get control, of the elections, not weapons. So, yeah, people jumping in on a Tuesday morning. A lot of topics that are going on. Also, was just told, and I love the information that we're starting to get here. A silencer has to be in a trust set up by an attorney and registered.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Very, very interesting.
But then again, all these laws only matter if you follow them, right?
Correct.
These bad guys aren't going to follow the
Well,
laws.
I also have an acquaintance who says it took nearly a year and heavy background checks for a year before he could get his fully automatic and silencer together. Over a year.
I mean, that makes sense if that's how our laws are written on how to do. That's how it should happen. But that's just not how it happens in these mass shootings.
Yeah, and Tommy says a trust is the only way to do it. Very interesting. We're being educated, and that's what the show's about as well. As some of those comments were taking center stage, and of course, this as the funerals now start to take place in Texas in Uvalde, and of course, you're going to see that scene over and over and over again, and that's just heartbreaking every time that you see it on the news or hear about it. So, not a awesome thing to be dealing with. Cindy jumping in, also throw another topic in there today. She says, if you want to get control of elections, it starts by getting involved. Come to the St. Charles County Council meeting tonight. Maybe they'll be talking about something there. And Aaron says, silencers aren't silent either. Don't believe what you see on TV and movies. Well, I've shot
It just
a
muffles
gun.
it, right?
Yeah, but it's much different. It's complete. I mean, it's completely
But
different.
does it sound like nothing? No. You hear a little something.
Yeah. And before we take our first break, Aaron says, on a positive note, did anybody else see the new Top Gun this weekend?
No,
was very
but
good.
I heard
I've
it was
seen the
amazing.
I saw it. It's better than the first. And I'm not going to.
Really?
Yeah. I
You're
was
not
told.
the first person that
I
said
was
that to
told,
me.
Vic, it's better. I was like, I even said it on air Friday night. Last Friday, I was like, okay, that's saying something that's pretty big out there. And if they were going to wait this long to do it, they did it right.
Nice.
Wow.
And I'm not saying anything else. It was just better than the first. So
Good,
if
because
you
I was already
if you
excited.
like the first, you're going to love the second. That's what I'll say. Just shocked me in this day and age.
My kids have been begging to go to a movie anyway. Do you think they could see it?
Absolutely.
Okay. I wasn't
Yes.
sure. Is it PG-13 though?
I don't even know, but
Oh.
It's just not. It's not one that'll go right over their heads, if anything, right?
No, there's really not. No, there's not a scene like that.
Okay, cool. Even better. Because I think they would get a kick out of that. Because I live in Chesterfield, so they're not doing it this year, but whenever they have the air show at Spirit, we just have a party in our backyard because they just literally fly right over our house and they do the whole stall up in the air, flip under, and we're just looking straight up. So they can get a kick out of seeing it like that. I think they'd like that movie.
Yeah, so the breaking records in regards to the release and how much money the movie has brought in.
Nice. But I'm still not the biggest fan of Tom Cruise.
What do you got with Tom Cruise?
Oh, come on. The whole Scientology thing, we won't go there, but, I just don't know anymore. Let's put it that way.
He might be one of the few people that we've seen that didn't go to Epstein's Island. I don't think I ever saw any
I didn't think
pictures of
about
him. I didn't. from the Facebook line, it's a great movie. Top Gun was really good. Tom Cruise is the man. That's awesome, Crystal. Young boys will love it. Same Crystal. So they're wondering, yeah, I think you could take your movies there or take your kids to those movies. Rick says, yeah, you can make a silencer out of a Mountain Dew bottle.
No, I know it doesn't have anything to do with the movie, John. I'm just saying that, as a person, I'm glad that he's come back and he's doing something in this movie. He's doing really well for him. But for a while there, I was a little worried about Tom Cruise.
Well, we all have our ups and downs, don't we? We all go through it.
That's all I'm saying. But no, it doesn't tie to the movie.
He's probably my favorite actor of all
I'm not
time.
one of those where I wouldn't go watch his art just because he's not my biggest,
Kevin says, I heard they left the wokeism out of the movie and went full America. This is what people want. Yeah, for the most part. They did. They kept wokeism out. There wasn't one comment. Because if you watch sitcoms, you'll see, and or at least I do, because it hits me every time I hear somebody like try to get a political statement in, like a mini series or something on Netflix or Amazon. You'll hear like, oh, why do you have to do that? You'll hear writing that takes shots at politics.
Was there anybody else that was from the original that was in it? Did they bring this, or do you not want to tell me? Is that a surprise?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
No, I'd be ruining it.
Right.
Yeah.
You did have that look like, no.
Well, no. No, we got to get to a break, though. We'll be right back. More of The Edge. We're getting things going. We're back first day of the week. It's a Tuesday, May 31st. Hope everybody had an awesome weekend. We'll get back with more right after this. Glenn Thompson met John Parker Sunday afternoon. He said he had a good conversation and that he's a cool cat. How about that? Glenn Thompson giving John some credit. We'll be back with more Edge right after this.
Edge Morning Traffic.
This is Fox 2's Molly Rose bringing you a live traffic update this morning. Some tap and go traffic headed out of Lake St. Louis on I-70 eastbound. That's from an accident, pretty minor, on the shoulder there, just east of Highway A. 170 southbound jams from Forest Park Parkway down to 6440. And there is debris 170 northbound, just north of 6440. 6440 eastbound slow approaching 170, and then emergency bridge joint repair that has caused backups all morning long for 44 eastbound drivers out in the Eureka area. That backup starts at 109 and it moves east of there. That work is expected to be complete by tomorrow. Northbound 270 volume heavy of I-44 up through Manchester. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose, and that is your live Edge Morning Traffic.
The Edge Morning Show. Yeah, we know we don't start as early as the other shows because we're a lot smarter.
Whoa, Greg's up.
He's never up this early.
Hey, guys. Okay, so this is called the Bell Breakfast Box from Taco Bell.
Oh, thanks. I can read.
And that's a coffee. Helps you open your eyes.
And that's a breakfast burrito. You can start from either end.
You guys always this condescending in the morning?
Pretty much.
Wake up with the new $5 Bell Breakfast Box, filled with a grande toasted breakfast burrito, hash brown, 2 Cinnabon Delights, and a coffee. At limited participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care. Glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Gerst Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444, dryoureyes.com.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant Cash Offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
My daughter used to be a shining star. I would tell her, there's nothing you can't do. Now, it's like living with a stranger. It happens so fast. Centerpoint Hospital. Real help for addiction and hope for a bright future.
If a young person dear to you is facing substance use, the Changing Point at Centerpoint Hospital now offers adolescent treatment solutions with detox, 4-week residential, and outpatient treatment. The Changing Point for Adolescents at Centerpoint Hospital. Hope for a bright future.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
So you're not gonna wanna miss this. The deals at Kohl's right now are beyond epic. I just got some new bath towels for $3 each. Found the cutest kids' outfits for only $5. And got myself some tees and tank tops for just $7. But the best part? You don't need any coupons. Can earn Kohl's cash and get it all with free store pickup. Looks like April showers bring the flowers and the savings. Select styles. Sale ends April 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Shop in one place, O'Fallon Overhead Doors, for your residential and commercial garage doors and gates. As a locally owned, family-operated business, O'Fallon Overhead Doors provides 5-star service. Their technicians are not paid on commission, so they won't sell you something you don't need. Looking for a new door, a repair, or yearly maintenance? Call O'Fallon Overhead Doors on Continental Drive in Wentzville, 272-2722. Showroom open weekdays 8 till 4:30. Free estimates on new doors. Visit O'FallonOverheadDoors.com.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
Do you want to work for the biggest medical cannabis company in the state of Missouri? Belief Medical is looking for dynamic individuals to join our newest facility in Jonesburg. We are currently hiring for post-harvest technicians and offer 100% company-paid benefits that include medical, dental, and vision, as well as a starting pay of $15 per hour. If you're 21 or older and ready to join a great company that offers great pay and great benefits, visit our website at beliefmedical.com. BELEAF medical.com.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It's the Edge, your fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Happy Tuesday, May 31st. Back after an extended weekend. Eric Johnson's here. Chris Knight, Crystal Cooper, I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Jump in on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Share the show as always on Facebook. You can also stream us at viperrocks.com. Once again, viperrocks.com. All right, did I miss something? Why is everybody saying there's a party at Crystal's?
Well, because I talked about the air show. And then thank you, Kitty, for letting me know that the air show is actually this year.
Yeah, June 11th and 12th.
June 11th, 12th. I guess maybe the last time I looked, their website wasn't updated. I don't know, because I could have sworn it had like an August date.
Yeah,
maybe that was last year.
I got a friend that lives down there. Said they got the roads blocked off, but you can have people over partying the hangar.
Ooh.
Well, he owns a hangar.
Right.
So
that would probably be more fun than my house.
Chris is like, what was it? Go hell yeah. What was that? Hell yeah.
I'll be there.
You gonna be there?
I'll be there.
You know what I'm talking about? Is it the same
person?
We got the same person? Invite us to a hangar party?
Well, I have my own.
Are you kidding me? You're going to go to war against him. He knows everyone in every hangar over there.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying.
Who
I was trying to. Find out. I was like, did I get the same invite?
You know Ned, who has a Cessna. Chris knows Millionaire
I know two
Club.
people that you know that have hangars there too.
Yeah,
you can only think of one.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance we might have.
Chris wins
I
that
have an
battle all
invite.
day long.
Yeah, well, it's not a battle.
It's a battle. It's a status battle.
I don't
Sure
know
it is.
who he knows.
If it's 100 degrees, it'll be a battle.
He'll be sitting in the back of a Learjet with air conditioning and champagne.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Eric, I have good news for you, Chris, and I.
Yes.
And I will speak for you on this.
Uh-oh.
Dun dun dun. Over 1,000 Americans were polled a few weeks ago, just before summer, and found out that quote dad bods are still trendy.
Digging it.
All right.
Digging it.
70% of women and 49% of men are fans of the dad bod. 3/4 of people defined it as a guy who's still somewhat fit, but with a little extra padding.
I'll take it.
I'm sorry. I love how
I thought that's
I'll
all
take
three
it.
of us.
Take it.
the men are like 49%. Woohoo.
Oh, yeah. 49% of men overall said the dad bods are sexy.
Here's the deal.
No way.
Women love it. I'm going to tell you why. Because you can still see kind of the fit guy in there. You know that he has a little bit of power. If he got on the bench press, he could probably push it up. But he also shows it's also stability for the lady. The lady loves stability, and she loves to be reminded of her childhood, which was the dad.
What?
Yes, I'm telling you.
What?
Am I lying, Crystal?
I don't think about my dad in my marriage.
But you remember the
I would hope not.
You remember
That
this?
was weird.
Remember when you were a little girl and you were like, "That guy's stable. He's going to take care of me and the family." Remember that? That kind. See, it's
I don't know.
psychology.
I
It's
married
psychology.
a really, really hot guy, so
He doesn't count.
so you can't ask me that question. My husband is very fine.
I need pictures.
Yeah. That's awesome. Eric, I thought too it could be because a woman doesn't have a guy who's intimidating. Maybe because if
Maybe
the guy
that's right.
looks-
Yeah, I'll
if the
throw
guy
that
looks,
one in there.
If the guy
Okay.
looks better than the gal, maybe that can be a little.
I don't know.
Maybe that can be a little, make you feel a little uncomfortable as a woman.
I think both sexes don't mind showing the other off in a way. You know what I mean? So I guess you could say both would think that way about each other, maybe. But I mean, I think the whole thought process of a dude that's in the gym all the time, that's all that he does.
Okay, keep talking.
He's not going to have time for me and what I want to do.
Oh.
And he's not going to do the kid stuff. He's going to, I don't know, maybe that's part of.
Okay.
Like, no, I don't need him to be super fit because I want to spend more time with him than gym.
Eric, for Melody, Eric sounds like Larry, the lounge lizard right now.
I
The
am.
Lounge lizard.
The ladies.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out you would think on paper women would like a chiseled Adonis looking dude, but that poll is not a new poll. That poll has been going around for like 30 years. And ladies are like, if they have a beer belly, they are good with it for some reason. And I don't know why that is, but it is the way that it is. Women like the security
Okay.
of a man who can drink a beer and go trim the hedges and take care of the kids.
And won't get picked up by other ladies?
Yes.
Maybe that's
Yes.
it. I've never heard that side before. That
Yes.
makes sense.
Exactly.
But then when they go out to the club and they see the guy that's chiseled, do they like that? Then what are they thinking?
I don't know. But hey, if a woman wants to buy my husband a drink and he's just not taking her home, I don't mind.
Okay.
Doesn't bother me.
Whoa, what's that mean?
Like we were just talking about if
Are you with your husband?
Yes. What do you?
Okay.
Oh, well,
In your
no. If I'm
hypothetical?
standing with him, no. I mean, I don't really care either way. But he travels a lot. It doesn't bother me. What was that?
So what you care about the most is he's coming home with you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
There you go.
If he wants a free drink, he can get a free drink. He's not going to mind if I get a free drink either.
Yeah, John said guys that don't have abs are guys at work, usually.
Or guy.
So we go through there. Anyway, that was a good news.
Good poll, Vic.
Good
poll.
news
Way
for you
we
today.
start off a nice Monday morning.
Well, yeah, because we've already, in some of the topics we've been talking about, the president says that he wants to ban 9mm ammo and that the Second Amendment doesn't mean that it's going to stay around.
Doesn't mean that it's going to stay
No,
around.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what? That's a fair statement. I'm going to give him that one. I'm going to give him that one.
What do you mean you're going to give it to him?
He
Because
says,
the
well, it's not absolute.
Okay. It is absolute.
We may take it out.
Exactly right. Wow. Finally, I agree with the president of the United
What?
States. I do.
How?
Because he's absolutely right. He's saying if this thing is in the way of whatever they're trying to do, they have the votes to go after this thing somehow. Politically, it trends well. Banning assault weapons, it does trend well.
You're not saying you agree with it. You're just
I don't
saying,
say I agree with it. I'm
okay.
just saying, yeah, now you're seeing what they're trying to do. They're going, this pesky little Second Amendment, it was written 250 years ago. Maybe we just need to get rid of it. I agree with that's what he's thinking. Yes, he's right. If you don't want assault weapons, if you don't want weaponry, you just got to get rid of the Second Amendment. That's all. Well, good luck getting that thing passed through Congress first, and then you got to go get all the states to sign off on it. That's a constitutional amendment you're talking about.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with it, but he's right. That's exactly what he's talking about.
At first, I wasn't sure where you were going, but I understand now.
Well, you can't do it through an executive order. You can't do it through the Congress. They tried. Back in the 90s, they had the assault weapons ban, and that went nowhere. The numbers never went down. Do you remember that? Remember when they banned assault weapons?
Well, 1986 is when like the fully automatic machine guns had a ban put on.
Right. But you know what, Vic? That was a great case study. Because guess what? Murders and assaults with weaponry, any weaponry, did not go down. It didn't move the numbers one bit. Not one bit. And then they said, you know what, this is unconstitutional, bring it back. So people that were lawful citizens could have ARs again and whatever they wanted to have. So we need to talk to a constitutional lawyer on this show because we don't understand there's a few things I really don't understand. Can you own a howitzer? Like Biden says, can you literally own a howitzer? Can you put it in your backyard? Can you own some of the more advanced weaponry as an American citizen?
No, a friend of mine got a machine gun, so to speak, a fully automatic, and a silencer, and he had to wait for over a year, and he had to get a license while he was vetted for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not easy, and it takes time, over a year, to get a fully automatic weapon.
Okay. I didn't know that. So there's already these red flag laws, kind of. There's checks and balances.
Right.
And the guys that are law-abiding citizens that own guns, they're the ones that get hassled the most. It's the cats like this guy down in Texas, which was very ironic. Wasn't the NRA meeting down there that weekend?
Yeah, go figure, just over the weekend.
Seriously. It
Right
wasn't in
after.
Bozeman, Montana. It was in this little town.
Yeah, no, the whole school mass shooting tragedy happened not too far away from where the NRA meeting was going to happen.
Strange.
Very much so. All
And
of
I'll
a
take-
sudden.
Were we here when the real carnage happened with the police officers who held people at bay for 40 minutes going into this place also? Did you guys talk about that at all? Because that's where people are really pissed.
No,
the gunman
that's-
shooting was something, but my God.
Well, Friday we didn't have a show,
Right.
and it came out kind of Thursday night.
That's when Abbott said
when
that, right?
when we started to find out, Abbott said he got wrong information. We found out that police didn't interact with the shooter for more than 40 minutes. He could have been stopped before he went into the school. 911 was called. There was plenty of time before he actually went into the school.
When he was taking pot shots at the school.
Correct.
Correct, right?
Yeah,
12 minutes before?
Yeah, before he even went in.
Right?
Mhm. Right after he crashed that truck.
I don't know the whole thing, but I'm on social media, you do see all these people just so pissed at the cop. It's like this. Someone's taking shots at Francis Howell High School or over here at Wentzville or wherever. And all of a sudden, 12 minutes goes by. No one's responding to this thing all of a sudden. Now he's engaged with these kids. And the cops put a perimeter of some sort around. Don't let anyone that's in. The parents are yelling, go in and do something. At some point, tactically, and I don't know the answer to this. We should probably get an officer on the air with us. Tactically, don't you just throw
They said
all
that-
rules
no,
out the window and just
they already said they made mistakes. The police did. They already
understand
said that they
that.
made mistakes. Thank God the Border Patrol agent went in. I mean, who knows what else could have happened that day?
Man, that's the most heartbreaking part of this whole thing to me. Is you just didn't just run in there with
No.
take
No.
whatever you can and just start taking this guy out.
Can you imagine the rage on top of what he was going into? But that Border Patrol officer, he turned the corner and saw all those people standing there.
Yeah. He did.
I would have been so irate.
Yeah, exactly. And it should have, because lives could have been saved.
Yes.
I don't know how many, but lives could have been saved that day. There was absolutely no doubt after we've seen the information, the reports that have been done, post how they handled the situation. That's why you had parents trying to run into schools. I mean, Amy from the Facebook line said, I would have been running after our kids. I think all of us would have.
Yeah.
That's what is happening. Now, it's interesting. David says, what about all the guns they found on the streets that were part of the, quote, buyback program that turned out should have been in the evidence locker anyway? All the buyback rooms. Because now you have Canada. Look at Trudeau's trying to ban handguns in Canada. And for the ones that are already out there, buyback programs. I mean, it's...
what are they offering?
Man, what a push on getting guns off the streets all of a sudden. What a push. There's over 400 million weapons in this country right now. That's one weapon per citizen or more than one weapon per citizen. They're never going to get those off the street.
Absolutely
it's
not.
never going to happen, especially in Texas. And I'm just wondering, how is Texas going to handle it? That's a gun-toting state. Missouri's a gun-toting state.
Correct.
How in the hell is the federal government
Missouri
going
has some of the more laxed
do.
gun rules.
So how are you going to enforce
country.
these executive orders? I mean, you would have to go through a 20-year process, in my opinion, a 20-year process of putting gun legislation in, trying to move the states to do an amendment changing, Second Amendment changing initiative. It's never going to happen. Okay, Joe, take a step back. Let's see if you can get some Adderall in your system to see if you can figure this out. Here's the deal. You don't deal with the guns. You deal with the people that are nuts that use the guns.
First, yes.
Correct? Then you really can solve some damn problems, right? Here's another thing, and I think we'll all agree on this in this room. 21 years old, you do not own a gun.
I don't mind that at all.
21 years old, you do not own a gun.
You know, I saw some video over the weekend from 2018 when then President Trump brought this up. He said, and he was in a hearing. He's like, this is going to be very unpopular, but why? Why do we allow individuals who aren't even 21 to buy guns? Even Trump was saying that.
Yeah.
And this was back in 2018, but that was brushed from the headlines as well. But even Trump was like, what is the use for a kid having guns?
Right.
Or younger people having guns until they're 21.
Correct.
So he brought it up. That's what he wanted.
This is where the Democrats, in my opinion, are making a mistake because they're jumping too far ahead. What if they just did that, right?
Because
what if
the
they
initiative
just passed the 21 and we did the slow step it? You know what I mean? My thing is, okay, if you just mandated us to get vaccinated, you tried your best to make everybody do that, and that had way more support than anybody taking my gun away. If you mandate that, I just don't see it going well.
No, that's when revolution is the word I use. I don't mean it in the way that you think I'm looking. I'm looking at it like this. The revolution is states saying, we've had enough of your dumb federal laws. They're killing us in our state. You guys as a federal government, you don't even come to Texas to take a look at you're literally 50 miles from the damn border where there's more drugs coming across that border, killing more people than any assault weapon that you have out there right now. So we cannot trust what you say anymore. I think that the revolution comes where these states go, whatever you tell us to do, we're not doing it. Knock yourself out.
Well, you're already seeing that on both sides of the aisle, Republicans and Democrats.
The sanctuary city laws was the most unbelievable. I mean, these cities just saying, you know what, federal law, yeah, we're not going to really do what you tell us to do.
Well, Jay,
that's where we are with cannabis.
I was amazed
right?
by that. Back in the day, when I heard that you could go to San Francisco as an illegal alien and the federal government was not allowed to come and take you out. It's a sanctuary city. And then Denver started that. And I was like, what is going on here?
Well, this is what I brought up last week, and it is another great point. If you end 18-year-old firearm purchases, you better end selective service and military enlistment at 18 as well. And that's what I brought up. And Chris thought that, well, unless you're in the military, then it's controlled.
I would think the military would still be fine at 18. But civilian would be 21.
But once again, it brings up a good point. Will the law really make a difference? We already have, as Steve King from Metro Shooting Supply explained to us last week, like literally thousands of gun laws that massively, even in those states that you brought up, Crystal, New York, Chicago, guess what? It doesn't mean it. It doesn't do anything.
Right.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
There's already the laws. Yeah. You've got to go at
if you
the
see
people.
some punk down on Minnesota in St. Louis after midnight, there's a
about how
damn
society's
good
affected
chance that punk has a gun. And he probably didn't buy it at a gun show. And he probably didn't buy it at a pawn shop.
Well, that could be
He probably
anywhere,
stole it out of a car. right? So those laws are not really going to do anything, but it could stop a kid who's really into video games, who's kind of psycho, that might not deserve to have a gun. I think that the 21 and under is a good law. You cannot drink beer. I know you would love to drink beer at 18 years old, and you probably will at prom or whatever, but you're not buying a beer.
If you join the
military's a different
then it's
thing. You're
different.
being trained. They train you how to stand properly before they teach you how to use a gun. So that's a different thing altogether. It's a tool. It's a tool that you need to use in warfare. I'm sorry, it is. But it's not a tool that a 21-year needs to have watching some video game and then goes out with their buddies on a weekend. I'm sorry. What can I say? There's commonsensical things that a Republican can say or an independent can say that can align with a Democrat. Democrats, on the other hand, are completely their minds are shot. You don't take people's guns away because it's in it's the second most important part of the document that started this country, right? Mm-hmm. So let's just stop there. Let's just fix the problems that you can find. And you know what, Facebook? Here's another thing, Facebook.
Jeannie says
if anybody on Facebook or Twitter or Yahoo, whatever, if you see a kid with a gun pointed at the camera and he threatens somebody, you're officially off the platform, and we're sending over some kind of a service, a law service to your house to have a talk with you. Let's start there. How about let's start
Eric,
there?
Here's a great point, not to get too off subject. Okay, for Marin Bland, it's fine for 18-year-olds to utilize firearms for tyrannical government, but not for self-defense or even hunting or range time. Good luck getting a military with adequate skills when no kids are allowed to even learn how to use a proper firearm until they're 21 years old.
Okay, that's not the point. The point is not that. I mean, if I go to play any...
But it is a point to be considered, right?
Look, here's the deal. If I'm in a hunting family, I'm 16 years old, and my dad says, here's a 22 or here's a rifle, and we're gonna go hunt deer. Maybe there's a point to be made about within the constraints of your family and getting a permit, yes, maybe. But to go into a gun show at 16, 17, 18, or just owning it on your person, no, there's two totally different things altogether there. When I go to play a sport, let's say I go to play lacrosse, I still have to learn how to use the lacrosse, the net or whatever, the stick. So they train you. That's what the military does with these kids. They train them on every aspect of what they're doing. They train them how to use hand grenades. They train them how to shoot howitzers. They train them how to drive warships. So let's start being commonsensical right here, guys.
Yeah.
So like 18 to 21, your parents can sign off. You get one too. 21, you do it all by yourself, like a stepping thing.
At 21 years old, you are now legal to participate in the Second Amendment. How about that?
I mean, now we're talking about, I have to be reminded, I did live on my own at 19 in Los Angeles, in Long Beach.
You got mace? You got a taser?
all three.
Right.
But yeah, so I guess now thinking back, I myself was lawfully
let me
carrying a gun, but I took a 3-day course, carry and conceal. I made sure I was legal.
Okay, so we're trying to fix societal problems, correct?
Right.
Yeah,
all right. All right. Well, then what I said about kids not having the weaponry is only going to work if you have a fully funded police department and DAs that will keep criminals in jail as a deterrent. So you need the whole kit and caboodle. Mm-hmm. You cannot just take guns away without having DAs like Kim Gardner would have to leave. She would have to be gone. You would have to have a DA in St. Louis that actually put people in jail, kept their asses there, and made sure that if you do a violent crime, you're not getting out.
Yeah.
There you go. So we have to. It's a systemic problem.
Guns
that you
aren't
gotta
going
fix.
anywhere in this country. They're going to stay here. Bad guys aren't going to follow the law. They're not going to get back all their guns. Let's get real about this. And in the midst of this, sometimes we focus on the shiny object getting all the attention. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. We don't talk about the 99.9% of Americans who are using guns legally,
And
who are doing it by the book, who are doing it how you're supposed to do it.
And to Nick,
Once again,
you're right. I
you've
don't
got-
know about I do not know about firearm laws. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't even own one. I don't even own a gun. I don't. So I don't know about firearm laws. I know that the people that you see on Fox 2 every morning are kids shooting up other kids. So, I mean, Vic can vouch for me there. So let's take the guns away from the kids. If you're a kid and you have a gun, you're going to jail, right? So you're right, whatever your name is on Facebook that said that. I don't know the laws, but at some point you have to have you have to start at a 30,000-foot overview and start working yourself down. So if kids are the problem, Vic, make a few laws against the kids having a Glock walking around the streets of Minnesota Avenue downtown at 2 a.m. How about that? I'm just generalizing. I'm not meaning to be specific about anything. But no, does piss me off.
Well, good. Keep that energy going because we got to take a break. We come back, we'll continue to talk about that. I got another poll for you, which is interesting as well. I will also tell you about the fast food place. Guy walked in and not one worker showed up. Not one worker. That's where we're getting. Also, let us know, are there jobs open? Are you guys hearing about lots of jobs opening? I keep hearing from businesses that they still need to hire people all over the place for the summer. Let us know. It blows my mind. Where are people? What are they doing? Are people not working? That's what I'm hearing. We'll see. We'll get into that when we come back. You're listening to The Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Eric Johnson's here. Chris Knight, Crystal Cooper, and Vic Faust of Fox 2. We don't have any air in here, so if we look like we're sweating or
I know, I'm trying to manage it, but I think I might look a little
oh my gosh,
shiny.
it's hot as heck in here. Blood's flowing. Anyway, back with more of The Edge right after this.
Edge morning traffic.
A traffic alert from the Viper Traffic Center. If you are traveling on 170 this morning, several northbound lanes of traffic are closed at Forest Park Parkway, and a MoDOT truck is on the scene blocking those lanes. There's a big pile of dirt and debris in the way. Traffic is backed up onto 6440. Drivers trying to get up onto that ramp to access 170 north. And then still some tap-and-go traffic headed out of Lake St. Louis, eastbound 70 from that earlier accident on the right shoulder east of Highway A. 270 northbound traffic mostly moving, just a little slowing, approaching the Depair area. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose, and that's your Edge morning traffic.
Wake up. The Edge Morning Show.
When it comes to pellet grilling, the true heroes of the hopper savor the process as much as they savor the result. Kingsford 100% hardwood pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add bold, smoky wood flavor to any meal. No preservatives or artificial flavors. Kingsford hardwood pellets keep the temperature consistent for an even heat, so you can cook as low and slow as you want. Kingsford 100% hardwood pellets. Kingsford.com.
Compass Health Network Express Care offices in Newtown, St. Peters, and Wentzville are ready to serve you today. Compass Health accepts Medicaid, self-pay, private insurance, and offers a sliding fee scale. Don't wait another day to feel better. Call 844-853-8937 for an appointment or visit compasshealthnetwork.org for a location nearest you. Compass Health Network Express Care. Feel better today.
You work from home, and now home can be anywhere you want with an RV from Bill Thomas Camper Sales. RV travel is the ultimate social distancing for your family, and you know what you have with you and where it's been. For 55 years locally, family-owned, Bill Thomas Camper Sales has had the highest quality for every budget, and they have guidelines in place for your safe shopping experience. Travel in comfort and safety with a visit to Bill Thomas Camper Sales in Wentzville. For details, hours, and directions, go to btcamper.com.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
Get a grip on your finances with People's Bank and Trust's new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills with ease and all from the palm of your hand. Activate your phone today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
KFC knows that when it comes to chicken sandwiches, there's good and there's finger-licking good.
A chicken sandwich? That's good. A 100% white meat KFC chicken sandwich so delicious it forces you to rethink everything you know about sandwiches, including whether or not they even need buns, but then you remember how good a brioche bun can be and then having to rethink your rethinking? That's finger-licking good.
KFC's chicken sandwich, always served hot and crispy, in your choice of classic or spicy. Order now on the KFC app. Kentucky Fried Chicken, that's finger-licking good.
Prices and product availability may vary.
Hi, my name is Takia, and a little thing that I love about the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is when I take a bite, it's the perfect blend from the bacon to the cheese. It's perfection.
Hey, I'm Katora, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A mac and cheese is it kind of melts in your mouth, so you know it's creamy, cheesy, and delicious. This gooey mac makes me cheese every time.
Order dinner delivered on the Chick-fil-A app today. Delivery fee and other restrictions apply. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Viper Weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray. Back to work for a lot of folks on this Tuesday. It's an instant replay. Mostly sunny skies, windy and warm. 90 for the highs. Our little taste of early summer continues, but a slow-moving cool front starts to move in tonight with developing showers, scattered showers, and a couple of thunderstorms. The focus late night, and a couple of them could be on the strong side. 68 for the low. On Wednesday, scattered showers and thunderstorms. It's about 10 degrees cooler on Wednesday, 80. Thursday, changeable sky, mixed clouds and sunshine with a couple of spot storms, 75 for the high on Thursday. Friday is sunny and 78. Not too bad. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
Whipper River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Time now is 8:58. Time to look at your morning news and sports headlines. A 19-year-old young man drowned yesterday near Castlewood on the Merrimack River. Fire crews say that he was standing near the edge of the water, slipped in, and our own Chris Knight told us he couldn't swim. So he drowned. More sad news. 72-year-old Carol Schulte, who disappeared last week, near Castlewood. Her body was pulled out of the Merrimack yesterday. Very interesting stuff going on. We don't know if there's any criminal investigations, something of that to find out if there's any trauma. We'll continue to follow that story, but it is something that has certainly been going on that's got people wondering what was going on. Also, you've got coming up today, you've got protest happening in St. Louis City and St. Louis County being led by the NAACP against police chases. They're trying to get police to have sit-down talks on what should actually constitute a police chase, or if police chases should even happen at all. Certainly makes you wonder about how that would work and if it would be a good idea. St. Louis has a new recycling plan that starts today. You can learn more about that on fox2now.com. Cardinals got a big win yesterday over the Padres after splitting with the Brewers over the weekend. Of course, the Blues are done now. And Jason Tatum, St. Louis's own, leading the Boston Celtics into the NBA Finals against Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Let's look at your news and sports headlines. I'm Vic Faust.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. That's right, I served you cake. I'm Peggy. Pull your leggy.
Happy birthday.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go.
All right. It is Tuesday, May 31st. Last day in May, still in Gemini. So we had talked about that before. Today, actually, director Clint Eastwood. How old do you think he is?
Oh, 78.
Oh, no.
90.
92, right?
I was just messing.
I also looked up, he is worth $375 million.
I could see that. That's yeah.
Right?
That's good money.
And then his son's a really good actor, too, right? I bet he goes into directing. I wouldn't be
Not
surprised.
as good as Dad, but not yet.
Right? Football Hall of Famer Joe Namath is 79 today. Right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one. Actress Leah Thompson. Remember her?
Yep.
No.
Oh, come on. Back to the Future?
Yep.
Lorraine?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lorraine.
She's 61.
Okay.
Right? She looks great. but
Yeah.
I personally think this next lady still looks pretty great. She's actress Brooke Shields, 57 today.
Okay.
Formerly married to tennis player Andre Agassi.
That's right.
Right. And then it was a short birthday list today, but we're going to end on a good one. Colin Farrell. How old do you think he is?
He's around my age.
Who is Colin Farrell?
Stop it.
Really?
Seriously?
I don't know.
Penguin from the Batman. Well, one of the penguins.
One of the penguins, or
Colin
were there many
Farrell.
penguins?
Yeah, Danny DeVito was a penguin too back in the day, right?
Oh yeah,
Is that who it was?
yeah, right.
Anyway, Colin.
47, 48.
He's 46. You're very
Okay.
close.
Well, I just knew he was around my age. I remember hearing that in the
Yeah.
past.
No, very close. All right, 5's my favorite number, even though that's all we had today. I wish them all a very happy birthday.
What's that smile about?
What are you smiling at?
Today happens to be National Smile Day.
Smiling's my favorite. And when you smile, it can make you or someone else feel better. Today is Smile Day.
There's that beautiful smile.
Is there anything that'll brighten your day more than someone flashing a big smile?
Grinning from ear to ear.
National Smile Day.
Hey, let's turn that frown upside down.
Say cheese.
Cheese! It's showtime!
Where's your smile, Vic?
That's right, baby. Happy National Smile Day. I don't have those pretty teethies that you have, Chris, but they're close. Is it had a bad day?
It is had a bad day.
It had a bad day. And that's for National Smile
On
Day.
Smile Day?
I guess you smile, so it's not a bad
Right.
day. I get it.
That's how you turn the bad day around,
Yeah.
right?
Welcome back to The Edge, everybody. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Crystal Cooper. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday weekend as we jump into Tuesday of this work week, May 31st, as we jump into June tomorrow. Eric, I told you I had another poll for you as we came back. List was done, produced. The list, top 10 of, that makes office workers lose their cool. If
Air
people still
conditioning
work,
being off?
Air conditioning did not make the top 10, but
Okay, well,
I guess
we
you
should throw it on there.
Yeah, we should. I guess you can't rate the professional thing with the amateur list.
Just makes it worse with
Yeah.
all this equipment in here.
Yeah, the air is off. The air is off. We don't have any air, so we're sweating in here, but that's fine. Number 10, leaving dirty cups or bowls around at the work.
Ooh,
at
yes.
work office.
The little kitchen.
Yeah, in the little kitchens. Colleagues taking personal calls on work time. I guess if you have to hear it. Someone else
Oh.
pointing out a mistake that you made. It just says the IT department. I don't know. I like the IT department. I need the IT department.
Yeah, new computer.
Dirty toilets.
Oh, and that's just
Um,
anywhere.
Inappropriate work conversations. The printer not working. That has pissed me off. That is for sure. When your computer decides to do an update at the worst time. That has happened. Number 2, a big workload. And number 1 is kind of all-encompassing. Unreasonable colleagues.
Oh.
So there you go. Glenn says fellow employee showing up late.
Who was that pointed to?
I don't know. That's not
I'm not
Eric.
late. There I'm was on one time on there. every single day.
Eric comes in at the same
My
time.
allotted
every
time
day.
every single morning.
He's not late. That's when he comes in.
Right.
That's where we're at that. So welcome back to the show, everybody. We appreciate you jumping in on the topics that we've
Wait,
had
do you
going
think
on.
that list has changed since COVID and people have been home more? Right? Like, that'd be
maybe.
nice. It'd be like interesting to know
Less
what
people
the
are working from, quote, office
office That's what I
cubicles than
mean.
before.
So I wonder if what you were agitated about or what got on your nerves before COVID in an office would bother you more, less, new things, different things? Because I would think you get pretty used to being in your home.
The amount of resignations that are happening right now, companies that are requiring their employees to come back into the workplace, is unbelievable, they say. They say human resources, just like taking one resignation after another.
Because people don't want to come back
They
to work.
don't want to
unless it
come
works.
back. They're like, screw it, I'll just go work for Uber Eats and I'll work whenever I want.
Right.
You know, they'll get their little app and they'll go, let's go make $200 today or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They just don't want to do it. Same thing goes for seasonal restaurants like ice cream places. I was watching one of the TV shows this morning, and he says he has 5 employees at this moment. Usually every year they have 20. They're down 75% as far, so they can only be open on Friday and Saturday nights. He said they were open 7 days a week before.
Well, one of the stories we did at the end of last week was, let's just talk about pools, and this isn't just St. Louis City. Come out to St. Charles County. You have McNair Pool, which was a thriving pool for the longest time. They're not even opening for the summer.
Wow. What?
No,
I did not see that
Waffle
story.
Horse is, and one other one, but the one over at McNair Park, somewhat by Lindenwood, is closed for the summer, which is just shocking.
I think these kids are becoming, I don't want to say smart, but I'll give them the benefit of this one, is that they find these side hustles that they can do without having to go work at Chuck E. Cheese, and they basically make enough to fuel their lifestyle. Because there is a part of the U.S. economy that relies on kids that when they get out of high school to go take these jobs. We've been doing it for 100 years. These kids get out of school, they take the jobs, and these businesses cannot thrive without these kids. So, but what happens now is through Uber Eats and through these side hustles that they're able to do online, maybe a Facebook, marketplace kind of sales job, whatever. You're not going to see these restaurants open anymore all week long, and it's so
but I'm
sad to me.
surprised about the lifeguards. I mean, that's like everybody wanted to be in high school. I
Was a lifeguard?
I was a lifeguard, and
To be seen?
No, just to have a fun job that was outside. I played it smart because I just went ahead and got up early, so I would work swim lessons and the swim team in the morning, and you get time and a half, right?
Yeah.
And then I would hang out during the day, let everybody else work those day shifts, come back for the night, work the night swim lessons, and make way more money, but still have a really fun, cool job. I mean, let's be honest. When there's a swim team in the pool, do you think the coach is going to get to them first or me?
Yeah, good point.
So it was a sweet gig. But that surprises me that there's not enough lifeguards.
Well, I had heard also that there were plenty of job openings all over the place. And then I thought I saw before we went to break somebody on the Facebook line. By the way, you can catch us in the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Share the show. Of course, you can always stream us as well at viperrocks.com. People are saying their son couldn't get a job anywhere. My 15-year-old wants a job and we can't find a place. He's trying to go back in.
That is bull garbage.
It's not just
sorry.
these, I know, it's not just these kids. So I had a friend over this weekend.
Yeah, they're from Troy. Can't find a place near Troy, Missouri. He has his worker's permit, and most places just say no, but they all say they're hiring. I wonder if it's because he's 15.
Could be. It could be.
That might be.
Or he's trying to become a financial advisor at Edward Jones or something.
Right.
I'm not taking anything under $200,000 a year.
And then Troy Turner says, you better get used to the heat, not having your air on, because they're talking about the rolling blackouts again this summer, all part of the new Green Deal.
Has St. Louis or St. Charles ever had a rolling brown or blackout that you remember? I don't remember that ever happening here. Do you? I remember it happening in L.A. all the time.
No.
Boy, that power would go off. I would think we were having an earthquake. I was like, where's the earthquake? No, it's just the power going out for 20, 30 minutes. Which sucks in the middle of summer in Los Angeles, but I don't remember that ever happening in St. Louis. Maybe I'm wrong.
John Parker says if you have a tech background, he has 30 jobs available right now. Kevin says there's jobs all over the place in Troy. Chris told us about his experience at Taco Bell with Mexican pizza last week. Amy says it took her 30 minutes to get through Taco Bell, in and out, workers just standing around, according to what she said she saw.
Yeah, it's ugly.
And they're supposed to, get $15 an hour to do that? Is that what we're doing?
Ugly. Yeah.
Close.
But, did you guys, what were your high school jobs? Do you even remember what they were?
Oh, yeah.
What were they?
Absolutely.
So I actually worked on the line at Waterway. So I was one of the girls that cleaned the cars.
Yes. So was I. I did country car wash.
That and
were there
lifeguards.
Seriously, were there good tips there? Because I've heard people you get.
I made amazing money, really good money. And I had people who would come and ask for me. Certain people around Chesterfield who have multiple cars would only want certain people working on their cars.
Yeah,
and they
did,
really do.
They didn't just give
I never
those,
heard that.
But no, seriously, the Waterway, they didn't just give those jobs and still don't, as far as I know, to anybody who wants them because my daughter, because I had a friend who was the manager, the one in Chesterfield, and she was looking into going to work there, and she was having to go through. Now she eventually turned it down, but she had to go through 2 or 3 interviews just to try to get a job at Waterway. Now that was 4 years ago,
Right.
But we were
And it
told
was
that
my
the tip
first-
money was, and I never knew what that meant. Outstanding.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. And then, actually, my first, I guess, real like salary job, I went back to Waterway, and I actually used to manage the K location over here, and then I was in Town and Country for a little bit. So I was our only female manager for a while.
See, that's an amazing story.
And it's tough.
And
And
that's
you have
something-
to know how to fix everything.
Yeah.
All the chemicals. I mean, that's a 9-hour shift.
You
no
got
lunch
more
break, on your feet.
education in that than you would have if you wouldn't wanted to get a business degree at Mizzou. You
Oh,
really
yeah.
did. You worked your way up through. You
Mhm.
became the management. You kind of knew how every component of that business worked.
I stood
and
up
if
for
you,
my kids too when they didn't get good tips, because that drives me. You're driving
Well,
an
that's even- that's-
S500 Mercedes and you want to give these kids $2 and they just spent 30 minutes on your car.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, they got to split that
well,
$1
that's
a
one
piece.
job. That's one job.
Everyone should have a tip job at some point.
I think every kid needs a job. I think that's a parent. I feel like I'm speaking very controversial today, Nick.
No,
But
you always say this on Monday or Tuesday. It's because you've had the weekend to rest.
But I would say that it's up to the parents as well to say, kid, hey, you're going to get a job this summer. And you know why? Because it will help you later in life. If you get a job working at Target on the overnight stocking shelves, it will give you discipline. It'll help you will learn how to work for a company maybe.
Yeah.
You will and you will make money. You are doing this. So I do think that the parents, man, I sound really controversial, but I think that they need to get involved
I agree, though.
and say, you're not going to sit on the couch. You're not going to, do nothing. I think that we're in a weird, because we took those initiatives ourselves. I remember when I was a kid, I rode my bicycle from St. Peter's to Chuck E. Cheese, which was called Showbiz back then.
Those things don't happen
to
anymore.
do an application to get a job.
Correct.
And then as soon as I got the job, my stepdad bought me a car so that I could get back and forth. So there's these weird dynamics at play that kids aren't getting anymore.
Actually, I have a friend that I was very proud of her. Her daughter is just got her very first job at a Chick-fil-A, and it's so she can walk. They live right by it. And
Oh.
she said the reason that she picked that one over, the daughter picked it, was because she said, well, Mom, this way I can save money and I can walk. And I thought, see, they're out there. They're just few and far between. That's why I'm surprised. My son at 9 holds the door for somebody and people act completely blown away. Oh my
Good.
gosh, thank you
Have
so
him
much. It's
I'm
like,
glad. Continue to have him do
that
that.
should not be out of the norm,
But
though.
then, like
No,
Drew
it shouldn't
Collins
be.
says, it's not just these intermediate jobs. He just said, Drew Collins says, pilots. There's no pilots in like non-remedial jobs as well. So the entire country
Why
is just
is that,
screwed.
Chris? Do you
man.
have any idea with your aviation background of what
Because
you
it
do?
takes work and people are just not
As
interested
opposed-
in aviation anymore.
That's what I'm
They're
trying
just
to figure
not.
out. Why there? Number one, there is a shortage of pilots. Number two, if people aren't paying attention, more pilots now are calling in for sick time or their tired time, as Chris probably knows, because
getting old.
because they're getting older and they're getting overworked.
Overworked, and what is it?
My second cousin was a pilot for United way back in the day, and I remember he was only working like 8, maybe 9 days a month because they didn't want to overwork the pilots and making tremendous money at the same point in time.
Yeah. Well, pilots are, so you have to work at it. You have to get, I mean, there's a lot of work to become a pilot. You have to go, a lot of the times they go into the Navy or the military and they learn how to fly those planes. They don't want to do that anymore. These kids don't want to go to flight school to learn how to fly these planes. So back in the day, you used to have what Chris might know better than me, 20,000 hours of flight time to become a regional jet guy that made $11 an hour.
It's 1,000 today.
Now it's 1,000. Now it's 1,000
What kind of hours are those?
Flight hours.
Just practicing,
Just
up in the air.
being in the air, logged in your book.
Yeah.
But back
1,000
in
hours.
back in the day, you had to have some pretty serious standards to fly those planes. Now you don't even have to have those because no one wants them anymore. So, but I mean, it's you pick any job, pick anything, and there's people that don't want to do those jobs. And I think this country is really, it's just turned into a digital mindset. With the Amazons, you just want to do
but you gotta
everything
keep-
online.
But you got to
know?
keep up with the times too. I mean, that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that times change, and you got to keep up and find the way with all the other jobs that are opening that maybe there's, because they still.
Well, what are they?
The industry, cybersecurity.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
So
No, that's the number one. That industry can't find it. If you're talking about coming out of school making between $100,000 and $200,000 a year, depending upon the cybersecurity job, because of the supply and demand issue.
Everything's online. I mean, you don't have to go to the mall anymore. So you just order it from Amazon.
Yeah, that's
Boom.
not good.
It's not good because the experience of going to the mall used to be so cool.
I love that, right? You get your group of friends, you all meet there, you get picked up a couple hours later. I'd always go to Panda Express myself in the food court.
People not going to work is not good.
No.
Just because they can work from their couch, it's killing us.
How is it killing us, though? What do you mean? What is your
Just
point with
by
that?
everything we've been talking about. You go to a restaurant, there's one person that shows up.
Yeah, that's
monkey see, monkey do. Mom and dad can work at home on the couch, sit on their fat ass, and collect a paycheck. Why should I go to Taco Bell? Why should I go to Walmart? Why should I go to Target and get a job? You guys don't, and that's where we're at today.
Yeah, agreed. It's this
terrible.
It's this Gen Z, I think. And you know what? I throw my hands up because every generation has the right to define what they want to be. Every generation has the right to define what they want to be, correct?
Yeah.
The flower power back in the 60s, they were basically, it was the flower children. 70s was disco. 80s was my generation, was the hairband stuff. This generation is, I don't want to define them, but it seems like it's not a bunch of kids that want to get up and take the initiative to, it's very digital. It's very online.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is online, man. So why would you have a mall if the kids don't want to get in their car and go to the mall and just hang out?
Well, the mall started to go when we started to be able to get things online, Eric.
You're right. That's what I just said.
I mean, yeah, that's...
I mean, you could start an entire business, just an Amazon store.
Correct.
And why would you go to work at Chuck E. Cheese if you could just sit on and wait for your bracelets to sell?
Well, this could be true as well. As Jay says, too many companies don't value their employees anymore, and the demands on those employees have become detrimental to gaining new employees. I do agree. I'm sorry. I see that and I hear about that.
No, so this weekend I had a
You can
friend.
go work at Target, and it's $24 an hour. I don't understand what you're saying, Vic.
No, this is what Jay was saying in regards to too many companies don't value their employees.
I went to Taco Bell last night again. Here's another story. Same exact Taco Bell in O'Fallon.
You
on
think
Main
things
Street.
are going to change because it was a different day?
It did change, but it wasn't at that particular location. So I thought, man, there's got to be an issue here. I waited in line 30 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Just like one of our listeners was saying they did. 30 minutes, moved 2 cars. I just thought, why the hell isn't this line moving? So I looked in the parking lot. There's 1 car there. So that probably tells you that there's only 1 employee taking orders, making
Correct.
food, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to wait in this line. So I took off. I went to another Taco Bell. Went to a Taco Bell in Lake St. Louis. There was probably 10 or 15 cars there. I was in and out of the line in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
So the money that is there to be made, I asked the kid when I pulled in the window, I said, my son's looking for a job. How much are you guys paying here? We start at 13 or 14 bucks an hour. But if you work after 7 o'clock at night, there's a $10 an hour add-on.
Oh.
So now Taco Bell's paying people 22, 23 bucks an hour after 6, 7 o'clock
At certain
at night to
times
work.
of the day. Did not
Right.
know that. That's
So
a lot of money.
There's incentives out there to work. It's just people don't want to work. They don't want to work.
Yeah.
From the Facebook line, they're trying to figure out why you have not had to go into the hospital for any coronary heart surgery, considering all the Taco Bell that you eat.
Well, you never know.
No.
that pregnant silence just had to live there for a second.
Right.
Yes. You're listening to The Edge. Eric Johnson's
I like
here.
my Mexican pizza.
Me too, man.
You
I
better
guess
go
you do.
get one because they're getting ready to take them back off the
Shut
menu.
up.
Why?
I'm done with them.
Wait a minute. They just brought it back for a trial
Yeah.
time?
No. They're running out of the tortilla shells.
My God.
Oh, dear
to
God.
make the Mexican pizza. But they said they're going to probably have to pull them off the menu again, and they'll be back later. this year.
Unbelievable.
There you go.
Well, I mean, are we surprised? Are we surprised they're running out of things? I mean, the U.S. wheat crop was hurt by a dry winter and spring's heavy rain on top of everything that's happening in Russia, Ukraine because of the oils, fuel, the fertilizer. That could be another major issue. There's a worldwide shortage of wheat as well right now. Very, 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 very serious deal. We're the fourth largest wheat exporter in the world, but it's going everywhere. So we've got a worldwide shortage that we're having to deal with. And I know that there's certain people who don't eat wheat, but if you take a step back and then start thinking about what wheat is used for, my God, that'll change. That could change everything. A lot of things, at least. We had a drought and then heavy rains, and it's messed it up. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue. We'll take your calls. If you want to give us a call as well, the phone number is 636-695-2915. You can also jump in on Facebook, as always, 100.7 The Viper. Share the show. And you can stream us at viperrocks.com.
That's the best, because then you can see our smiling faces, right?
Not today, though.
Yeah, not today.
Tune in tomorrow.
We're all sweat. What's that?
Tune in tomorrow. Don't look at our faces today.
Oh, we're all sweating.
right.
We're swollen.
And it is Tuesday,
We don't have
by
air
the way.
conditioner.
It is Tuesday.
I don't know what the hell's wrong with these building people. How can we get away with this? If we owned a building like this,
we wouldn't.
This is like the third or fourth time the ACs went out in this place in 10 days.
Oh, my gosh.
Give me a break.
Because AC guys don't want to work anymore either.
Isn't there building maintenance people?
What? That's you know
There
what?
should be.
If you can do it online, do it online.
Do it. Yeah, I'm going to fix my AC from online. You got it, Aaron.
Hey, back with more of The Edge. The fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio right after this.
I love these guys. They make funny with their mouths.
The Edge Morning Show.
Keep your resolution to quit cigarettes this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon. I Quit Vapor carries the salt nicotine systems, their latest juice flavors, and all of their pod systems. Let their staff explain why the salt nicotine system is so effective in helping you to quit cigarettes for good. It has a much smoother delivery and allows you to adjust the amount of nicotine intake. I Quit Vapor is still your one-stop shop for everything vapor. Keep your quit cigarette resolution this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon.
Get a grip on your finances with People's Bank and Trust's new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills with ease and all from the palm of your hand. Activate your phone today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Please leave a message at the beep.
Hey, it's fun. Remember me? Miss you, buddy. Look, I know it's been a minute, but we gotta get the fam back down to Holiday World and Splash and Safari. They've got 3 of the top 5 water coasters in the world. Remember getting soaked on Mammoth and Cheetah Chase? Or screaming down monster roller coasters like Thunderbird and Voyage? Tickets are still at holidayworld.com. Oh, the kids want to say something. Go ahead.
Great care for children begins at Compass Health Network. Our Warrenton and Wentzville locations offer pediatric walk-in services, same-day appointments, and specialty care, so your children get the care they need, when, and how they need it. When it comes to children's health care, Compass Health Network is here for you and your family. Call 844-853-8937 for an appointment, or visit compasshealthnetwork.org for more information.
Hi, it's Julie again with Ben's Moving and Storage in Wentzville, Missouri, located at the intersection of Wilmer Road and Interstate Drive. We offer on-site security and 24/7 access. We are proud to have served as your one-stop shop for all your moving and storage needs since 1984. Right now, we are offering $25 off moving or a free month storage for new customers. For more information, visit us at bensmovingandstorage.com, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook for future storage sales. Ben's Moving and Storage in Wentzville.
Do you want the best for your car? Then fill up with premium at Circle K. Circle K Premium is our best fuel with double the cleaning detergent, protecting your engine from corrosion and damage so it can work at its best. And that, my friend, increases your mileage for more cha-ching in your pocket. Plus, when you fill up with premium at Circle K, you can save up to 20 cents per gallon. Offer valid Thursdays or Fridays at participating stores. For details, visit CircleK.com. Circle K. How convenient.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
The graphics are so real on this video game console I bought with the savings from switching to Progressive 10 years ago. I can't tell what's real and what's the game, which I think is what people want. You know, in the future, which it is currently.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Progressive Snapshot can save you money based on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you didn't hear that because you were yelling at another car while driving, let me say it again.
You need to calm down.
Yelling is just making everyone as stressed out as you are and letting them all know that you definitely aren't trying to save with Progressive Snapshot. And if you did hear it the first time because you weren't yelling at another car, nice work. You'd love Snapshot from Progressive because it rewards safe drivers. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California and North Carolina or from all agents.
Weber Chevrolet has been in business since 1902. No other car dealer in St. Louis of any brand can say that. Nobody sells more Chevrolet, period. Weber Chevrolet is one dealer with 3 roofs. In Missouri at Olive and 270, and in Illinois Metro East, Columbia, and Granite City. All easy to get to, just follow the 270 loop. Also, all online accessible at WeberChevrolet.com. Right now, Weber Chevrolet is open but very thorough in their cleaning, disinfecting, and social distancing rules. And don't forget, Weber Chevrolet service departments are award-winning and second to none. In fact, other dealers send their problems to Weber Chevy to fix. Now during this crisis, Weber Chevrolet has teamed up with Detroit to come up with awesome deals to help people save money and manage their budget. Discounts, incentives, and the ability to not make your payment for up to 4 months. Weber Chevrolet since 1902, WeberChevrolet.com.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is The Edge, the fastest 2 hours in morning talk radio. Thanks for jumping in with us on a Tuesday. Eric Johnson's here, Chris Knight, Crystal Cooper. I'm Vic Faust from Fox 2. Hope you guys had a awesome holiday weekend. Of course, happy Memorial Day, and to all those who have lost loved ones or new loved ones who've lost lives. As time goes on, maybe not as many, but you still do have people dying in the line of duty. And Lieutenant Colonel George Schmitz from St. Louis, or from the St. Louis area, St. Charles County, was one that I would think of as well, which is still a very, very sad situation that family's had to deal with, not getting answers that they felt like they should have. Also, when you take a hard right, jurors coming back today in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial to deliberate. They deliberated for 2 hours Friday before they were told they could go home, and now they're coming back today.
Did you see he performed over the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah. He performed in a concert.
England.
Yeah, somewhere in England.
Yeah, he's a musician. Have you ever heard him play, Eric? You're a musician. What do you think?
He's Guitar Center quality. He's all right. But he fancies himself a musician, and he hangs around with the right guys. And, you know, I don't know that I'd buy a Johnny Depp album.
He's with Beck. I didn't even know Beck was still around. Do you remember Beck?
Yeah. He was his most famous thing, I think, was the Hollywood Vampires with Alice Cooper and Joe Perry from Aerosmith and some of those guys. And, you know, they would go and do the freak show kind of tour. It wasn't great music, but it was just to go see these guys.
Right.
But no, I mean, he always said in his interviews he doesn't consider himself an actor. He considered himself a musician. He came to L.A. because he wanted to be a musician.
Oh.
And Nicolas Cage got him into acting. He's like, anything I can do to pay the bills. And that's kind of how he got started with 21 Jump Street and those. No, it was Nightmare on Elm Street, I think, was his first
Nightmare on Elm Street
acting job. Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I know way too much about him.
Going back way in the day there. Also, if you know of places that are hiring for kids, things of that nature, or yourself, we were just talking about that, who's looking for jobs. Another big topic. The president yesterday saying that 9mm ammunition should be banned in the United States because a 22 caliber, he says, if you're shot, sticks to your lung, and then we can go in and take it out. He's like, but if you're shot with a 9mm, it blows up the whole lung. So they should be banned, is what he says. Then he also said the Second Amendment is, that could go away. And then,
well, he's right.
And then it's like, oh, okay. So very interesting weekend when it comes to that, in the wake, of course, of the tragedy that happened last week in Texas, and those funerals were going on today as well, and this week.
And I don't mean to be. Weapons don't kill people. Hammers don't kill people. Cars don't kill people. I'm starting to really resonate towards that more and more and more, is that people, nut jobs, people who are crazy, who are violent, they kill people. And they will, if they don't have a Glock 9 in their back pocket, they will find something to kill you with.
Exactly.
If I want to do a mass shooting, but I don't have guns, I will fill my car up with explosives and run it into a building. And it will blow up and it will kill a lot of people, Christopher. So this gun stuff is a little bit, I don't understand it that well because, again, there's drugs coming over our border that last year have killed over 100,000 people.
Correct.
Doesn't seem like they're too interested in that problem. If they were, they would go down and they would close this border up, and they would definitely make it a federal crime to kill people with fentanyl. But what do I know? So this is a weird argument to be having, and it's almost stupid. It's almost dumb. It's almost dumb. It's like you think that assault weapon over there is going to hurt somebody, but it's actually the person that's operating said assault weapon, correct?
Correct.
Well, and Glenn says Trudeau, Prime Minister Trudeau from Canada, just announced a ban on handguns. I didn't know he announced it. I did know that he announced legislation to start it.
To freeze it, yeah.
Not sure how that's going to play out, but man, our neighbors to the north, that quick, could be without handguns. Blows my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would.
Well,
we're going to see how it's going to play out in Canada.
The demeanor of the Canadian people's a lot different
with
than
the
the
trucking
demeanor.
convoy. We already saw. That's probably not going to go over too well.
Yeah, the demeanor of the Canadians is a lot different than Americans down in Texas.
Yeah,
it is. So you could see something like that actually coming to fruition. The same thing happened in Great Britain. They took away the weapons. You're not allowed to carry weapons. I don't know what the law is, but I think it's very strict in Great Britain. I don't even think cops at one time were able to carry weapons, were they?
I'm not sure, but I do know they have a problem with stabbings, so it's obvious that
See?
there's
That's
gonna
exactly
be
right.
violence.
Yeah.
Eric, you're being asked tonight. Cindy says you should join them at the St. Charles County Council meeting tonight. Cindy, I don't know what's going to be on the agenda, but if you know, you can let us know that as well. If that's going to be a school situation, if there's something else going on in St. Charles County. Roz says, right, Eric, look at how many people died in the world before guns. Rome was not built on guns. So there you go. Yeah, it's moving to legislation now. That's going to happen. That's probably going to happen in Canada.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't like it. Not one bit.
I don't know what's going to happen. I do know this. That is certainly some big news, and it comes right now in the wake of the tragedy. So does it lessen the impact in the United States if Canada does it in regards to trying to do something like that here?
Yeah. It's this wicked little push. It's this wicked little push towards socialism. If I don't have weapons and the general population doesn't have weapons, I can control them even easier.
Cindy says they're talking about election integrity, but she says her group was told by St. Charles County Council they don't want to talk about it anymore, as if everything's fine and there is no election fraud, even in local elections.
Right.
So that's where I think she was talking about that's going on tonight.
I did watch the council meeting last week or whenever it was, and they were trying to make their case for election, reform of some sort, and it makes sense. any of these issues, it seems like our council members should be like, yeah, whatever it takes to make it safer, whatever it takes to make it more just, whatever it takes so that you guys don't come at us anymore. It seems like they would be privy to, but I might make it up there. Vic, what are you doing? Chris,
I'm working.
Chris, you want to go? You want to go to a county meeting, council meeting tonight?
No,
I don't think Chris is going to be there. Jay Saunders says, "Oh yeah, but a 357 Magnum or 45 caliber handgun are okay. Just the 9mm is the problem."
What's the problem with the 9mm? It's
was
not even the most
ammo.
powerful one.
Yeah, he said it was the ammo because the ammo blows out your lung apparently.
Well, a saw can take off your head.
And Stacy says, "Hey Chris, did y'all check the battery in your thermostat for air?"
we don't have batteries, unfortunately.
So there you go. We don't have batteries at this place.
Chris is fading.
We're in a big old building.
And Drew says it will pass where it comes in regards to the situation of no handguns in Canada. And let's see how long it takes.
Nobody's going to listen to it.
Well, I mean, what does
What do you
that
think
exactly?
people are
What
going
does
to
that
go
mean?
give them their handguns?
Yeah, people aren't giving their
I'll
guns
give you
back.
$100 for your handgun. No, I'm good.
No,
thanks.
that's
The buybacks and all that. That's all.
Michelle says, "I'm sure crack pipes are healthy as hell as well." Of
Yeah,
course,
right. You know that.
That goes back to the point. Well, the Biden administration gave free crack pipes to I can't remember what city it was, to help people with their addiction, and for other reasons we have no idea. But it did happen. It did. Eric, I was also curious. Crowds at the lake this week, was
Great.
it massive?
Fantastic. It was lighter than it might have been on other years. I think it has to do with $4.50 a gallon getting from St. Louis or Kansas City or wherever to the Lake of the Ozarks. So what might have cost you $50 to drive there a couple years ago was maybe $120 both ways. So there was that. It was packed. It was better. But no, the Lake of the Ozarks is it's not impervious.
Hold on a minute, Eric.
Chris has breaking news.
Is our air conditioning working?
I do feel it.
Yeah.
Do you?
We've got air now.
Eric still can't feel it.
Well, he has the best fan pushing on him.
I'm fine over here.
I know, man. You got the best
okay.
fan out of everybody.
I have no fan.
Not even right.
But it's just I was just curious
No, it was
because
good.
it was
It was
packed. I heard that
It
it
was
was
good.
really,
It was
really
laid
packed
back.
this weekend.
It was-
Weather was terrific.
It was laid back. It was good. I was happy.
How many fights?
Dozens.
Mm.
Dozens.
Damn, see that's so stupid. Why do people go to lake and fight?
Because they get over drunk and they have over sunburn and they are, it's testosterone getting the best of them.
I was just going to ask you. So you think alcohol played?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Chris, did you hear about this? Amy says there were too many boating accidents at the lake.
Not many this weekend.
Because you get those reports, don't you?
Not too many. Not too many. Hey, Eric, I was going to ask you, how much boat traffic this year compared to last year?
Not as much.
So you could see.
It was noticeable. Yeah.
I figured.
Why do you say it? Because
gas.
That's because we talked about it.
Yeah.
We talked about the situation with gas trying to fill up those boats. My Lord.
I think there was a cigarette boat that had two 13-year-olds and a dad. Shouldn't have been doing what they were doing, going too fast for conditions. It capsized. And then I think there was a jet ski accident.
That's it?
I believe so.
Wait a minute. Was there loss of life with the capsized boat?
I don't think so. I don't think so. They got threw out.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think there was more life loss on the small rivers.
Yeah. Okay. Is that we were talking about two people pulled out of the Merrimack River yesterday as well, including 72-year-old Carol Schulte. But we'll see where that whole investigation goes. She disappeared last week. There was literally a search team of 150 people couldn't find her. Now she shows up in the Merrimack on a Sunday afternoon or a Monday afternoon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shady.
Or did she fall in?
Yeah. Possible again. That's the 19-year-old died yesterday because he didn't know how to swim.
Right.
Flown in at Castlewood in the Merrimack. And and they knew where he was. They watched him. They were trying to save him, but they couldn't because the current kept pulling him back under. So be careful. Clearly, as we get out in the waterways, the weather becomes nicer. It's warmer. Of course, it was nice all this week, and I have no idea. I haven't even had a chance to look ahead for the week yet when it comes to weather or what may be coming up next weekend, but it is that time of year now. So you have to be careful no matter where you're going because any of that stuff can happen. Just stay away from the damn fights at the lake. I mean, just stupid. So do you actually see them start?
Oh, yeah.
Do you
Sure
laugh?
do.
Do you laugh while you're sitting there playing?
It's almost entertaining. Am I wrong in saying that? I mean, I know that I'm not going to be involved in any fights, but as you're walking down the street or the parking lot, and you start to see one start to hustle get going, and then you watch a full out brawl, and then cops are running over there to move everybody away from it. Is it wrong?
What kind of cops are in the bars? Is it like real?
The real deal? Well, there's both. There's the hired ones, and then there's the real deal ones. Because last year or 2 years ago, whatever it was, there was a shooting down there. Guy brought out
last year.
Brought out a gun, shot and killed somebody. I think maybe another one got shot as well. So Shady Gators and all those places, they did a really good job in cleaning that stuff up, I think. But now, you can't just clean it up. You have to have full-on security with full-on metal detectors all over the place. And
it's Ballpark Village.
it's
That
just,
was opening day.
it's such a shame.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day that there was a shooting at Pops over across the river, and they put those metal detectors in over there, and it was just to me that was sad. I was like, oh my God, what kind of era have we moved into where they have to put metal detectors up to go to see a band? Well, it's all over the place now. You have to go to McDonald's one day with 4 security guards and a metal detector just to get a Big Mac. I would imagine. I think that society is just moving in this weird direction that you will not. I don't know how you feel safe doing anything down in St. Louis. I just don't. I don't feel like I'm a wimp or anything, but I do know that once you get out of this little radius of Busch Stadium, you don't feel so comfortable anymore.
Yeah, when I'm down at Busch, it's fine. But like I said, I was going to say right there, opening day, I was in Ballpark Village. I didn't have tickets. And we had a table. Ahead of time, I knew what to do, reserved a table. But they have a lot of undercover cops there, and for a reason. Probably 6-7 fights breaking out behind us, behind our table. Yeah.
I've never seen one there.
I had to walk around one when you and Mandy were outside, and that's when I introduced you to my husband. We came out. I had to walk around a fight just to get out that door. They had metal detectors, too, for that.
It was Glenn Zimmerman and one of the other guys.
There's a lot of free party on opening day, so I don't think that's every Cardinals game,
Jamie says she wants to go back and talking about fit dad bods.
Why?
I don't know.
We'll bring up the topic. We gave us our opinions on why they are what they are.
And then Cindy says, but think about it. They're doing the extra security at Shady Gators, but what if they had it at schools?
Yeah, about that. How about that? How about keep all the doors closed? Remember the day you would have a door that only opened from, you could only go outside, and then when it shut, it was locked.
Yeah.
Boom. Doesn't that solve a few problems right there?
Well, there's also the one entryway that's being discussed a lot now, too, when it comes to what happened with the Texas shooting.
And here's another thing.
I don't know how that would work when it comes to emergencies or, fires, tornadoes, but one door, one way in.
Emergency, as long as you can get out, right? As long as you can get out, you're good, right? And maybe if the fire department has the keys to all the doors as well, that might be good too, right? But you can't let just a gunman walk in the back door. And I think that since we're taxpayer funding these schools, we can pony up to have a $50,000, $60,000 a year guard at the front of the school, don't you think?
I think
with
so.
full-on communications arrays and maybe a metal detector that makes sure that things are pretty good. Common sense.
The resource officers actually have to be on campus or in school. That resource officer allegedly wasn't even there at the school. He heard it on the call and then went back.
Was the door unlocked? Was that actually
the back
part
door
of
was
it?
propped open.
Yeah, because somebody went out to try to help the back door because they went out to help the guy.
The noise. Oh.
Because he wrecked the truck in the back or something.
Mm.
Yeah. So, you can put together a perfect plan. At the same point in time, somebody can come along and not even mean to screw it up, but then screw it up. Jamie says it was just a better subject than drunks fighting at the lake.
Well,
Dad
it's
bod.
not. I guess you're right. It is not fun to talk about drunks fighting it. I think that we were talking about societal changes.
Correct.
Yes.
That's really all we're talking about. Is everyone in this room's old enough to remember when society was safe? Remember? Do you remember when society kind of you just didn't have this feeling of doom and gloom behind you, and that you didn't feel like you had to know where your 6 and your 12 was, or whatever they say in the military, know where your who's on your back. That's just kind of the way we are right now. And that's why we bring these topics up. Do you feel safe? Do you feel safe?
I mean, on a regular basis, yes, but I don't think that a lot of women have in the same comfort. And I hope it's not a false security, but I'm not a small person. So, I mean, I think that it would take a certain kind of person to really want to pick me up and walk away with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they might want to take your purse.
Well, without let them have it. I'm not fighting over a purse. I can cancel everything in 2 seconds. You know, I can go and get another driver's license.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, on a daily basis, yes, I feel safe. But I also have a really good habit of locking doors. So that's part of my safety net, I guess, in a way. But yeah, but
Michelle was saying, well, maybe when you can go outside and play as a child and not have to worry about being nabbed every 5 minutes, maybe that's when she felt safe. I generally feel safe, but you never know what's going to happen.
It's a good point.
Right.
Do you let your kids out? Do you let your kids out to go play with your friends during the day? And then at what time do you start to get a little bit nervous? You know, because we used to leave the house at 8 in the morning and come back at 10 o'clock at night when the streetlights were starting to come on.
right. I can usually see my kids. I'm usually outside with them.
If you don't see your kids, if your kids get on a bike and ride 2-3 miles away, are you cool with that?
Well, they don't. The oldest doesn't feel comfortable doing that anyway. He wouldn't want to go that far for me. But I mean, a couple of houses in front of me, if we're taking a walk or whatever, if he turns the corner.
Back in St. Charles, Missouri, circa 1987, Vic, parents would not lock the doors to their houses and the kids would just walk in after school.
Correct.
That does not happen anymore.
Some places, but not mostly. And you're certainly not going to let anybody know.
No, you're not leaving your garage doors wide open from morning to night anymore. You know? No. I remember my parents had the garage doors open, you know? That wasn't something you pull in, you close it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, things have changed, but maybe it's also what I've become aware to. I don't know.
Eric, I got something better for you, though. How does this sound? Or to our listeners, Mountain Dew has a new drink, new flavor. It is called pickle-flavored Mountain Dew.
Okay,
I'm disgusted. I would rather talk about fighting at the lake.
A sour, sweet compliment to Southern barbecue.
No!
It's one of their new flavors that are being tested at Mountain Dew's new outpost in Tennessee.
Where's the button?
Not ready yet, but it's coming.
So one of the most disgusting shots you can take is a pickle shot. Have you guys ever had a pickle shot?
I think it was
horrible.
nasty.
It's like
years ago.
I think it's Jameson and pickle juice.
It's nasty,
and that's it.
Unless you like pickle
it cuts
juice.
the Jameson though. If you like pickle juice, it cuts the Jameson. Because I
disgusting.
have tried that.
There's nothing good about it.
You don't like
nothing
pickles?
good about it. Can you imagine Mountain Dew? No, I love pickles.
Oh,
but certain things just don't belong together.
I agree. I wouldn't do this either.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
Yeah, other flavors they're testing: apple cinnamon Mountain Dew, elderberry Mountain Dew.
Elderberry.
I know.
Keep your immune system up while you die.
They have a flavor called Huckleberry Mountain Dew.
That might be good.
And s'mores.
No.
What the hell?
They got to come up with new. They're trying to. I'm like,
have you
just
ever
keep the
noticed that no
regular.
matter how many new Coke or soda products that they introduce into the market, the only ones that consistently win are Coke and Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that are just whatever.
Have they just skipped those like groups that like meet and tell you? Because I feel like these companies are making these decisions and they're not doing control groups anymore.
I was waiting for somebody to say I'm your Huckleberry. Thank you, Glenn Thompson. A lot of people talking about the pickle shots and they like them. Believe it or not, Melon even says I make Bloody Mary pickle shots.
Okay,
I'm trying. I'm trying to imagine that.
I can't stand Bloody Marys either. I can't. But am I the only one? If I go on a trip with my friends, it could be 6 in the morning, and they will drink a Bloody Mary before they get on the airplane for whatever reason.
Guilty.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Guilty.
How did you get into that? Because nobody drinks their first Bloody Mary and says this is great.
Yeah.
Do they?
Well, so I already liked tomato juice before that.
Okay.
So before I was 21, I would get tomato juice on the plane. It just fills my stomach more, and I don't drink soda very often.
You don't drink beer at 6 a.m.
No.
when the bar is opening up. But for whatever reason, there's always one guy that has a Bloody Mary.
It comes with
and I'm like, you don't drink that when we're in a club. What are you doing? I don't get it.
It comes with the accoutrements,
Yeah,
right?
I
And
don't understand.
You get a mini breakfast with it. You get your
Scrambled eggs in it. I mean, it's awesome. I don't know.
That's what we do. Start a breakfast place, Bloody Marys, and put a little bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich on top, right? Tiny little slider.
Yeah. And when you're on the plane, the only time I will ever drink this, I have no idea why I even asked for it. Ginger ale.
Oh, I like ginger
I don't
ale.
know. I love ginger ale. I never drink it outside.
It's a nice change of pace drink.
Yeah.
It's just it's the in-flight beverage of choice for me.
Nice.
I don't know what it is about it. I never look at it in the store. I don't order it anywhere else. But man, you're on a plane. You better have some.
Well, this
damn
is the one
ginger
that
ale.
I knew, and I'm glad Jamie brought it up. But mimosas. Nobody brought up mimosas
I like mimosas.
because of the orange juice factor, of course.
But I like a syringe full size, small, tiny amount of orange juice, mostly champagne. Like splash, just color it orange, right? Or are you like half full orange
What the hell
juice?
you're drinking? Like, so you're hitting it heavy. You're hitting it hard.
No, I just don't like the sweets. I don't like anything
okay.
too sweet, especially
No.
that early in the morning. Champagne's already sweet enough.
I don't like to get drunk before like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't. I feel like you are on an uphill battle because you can get drunk. You can get drunk at 6 in the morning, but when you're on a flight, maybe you can sleep it off. But
you start day
I
drinking.
can't stand that. I'm just not that.
I'm not
no.
either. But if you
No.
day drink, it could turn into a
That's another thing
long, bad
at
night.
the Shady Gators.
That's their
So
problem.
PRL, those guys will wake up. They'll go to the Lazy Gators, the pool, and they'll be at there at 11 o'clock. And by the time it's 3 o'clock, they're in no position to put on a show at all.
Are you
Feel
calling
like
out?
you're on
Are
top
you
of the world,
are you
huh,
calling out your band members?
Oh yeah, they'll call themselves out.
So you got drunk this weekend, Eric? Got your buzz?
I don't think I did. I did pretty good.
We'll be
pretty
right
good.
back with more Edge right after this.
Edge Morning Show. Back in a moment.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, it's Shanny from Mascots Bar and Grill, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch the game with friends, Cardinals, Blues, whatever, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. If you're looking for a place for happy hour, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. Heck, grab some friends, get a table, and play rock and roll bingo every night and twice on Saturdays at Mascots Bar and Grill. You can win some great prizes. Seriously, great prizes at Mascots for playing rock and roll bingo. And it's absolutely free to play. Wednesday night is ladies' night, and you won't believe the specials they have going on there. Come by for lunch. They're the home of the legendary lunch special. You go tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want that big old burger and fries for just $5, and they're going to give it to you fresh and hot, just the way you ordered it, and it's so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. If you go once, you will go again and again. Mascot's Bar and Grill, home of the legendary lunch special.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials: a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Before we say goodbye, we say thank you for joining us today for the Edge. Back in action, back in the seats. Yeah, what did I say?
Huh?
I said Tuesday.
This feels weird. I thought it was Monday when I walked in here.
Yeah.
Because I'm.
That's all right. You had a long weekend, and it's all good. Hopefully, everybody else had a great weekend as well.
Yeah.
We'll see you for Fox 2 News at 5 and 9 tonight. Guess I'll wear some pink tonight.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Good. All right. You got it. Pink it is.
Okay.